You're listening to the Geriatric Mamas podcast with Jessica Raziri
and Sonia Tapley.
I don't really have like a good side. It's just all good,
right? You're just neutral.
Just kidding.
She can wear everything.
It's not all good
because all colors look good on you. You're neutral.
I don't know that like all colors look good on me.
There are probably a couple that you can't pull off.
Red, I'm hit or miss.
Mm-hmm. It's gotta be. Is it a warm red or a cool red?
It has to be a cool red.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have I have a lot of red tones in my skin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm olive skinned, but there's a lot of red tones in there. Mm-hmm. So it's like this like pinks don't usually look that great on me. I love pinks. It has to be like a blush tone. I can
see that, yeah.
It has to be like a taupe or like a blush tone, like a deep like rose petal kind of pink, but like a bubblegum pink. Our branding colors.
That's my color.
Look horrendous on me.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that specific color looks horrible on me, but like the fluorescent pink looks good on me.
Yeah, I can't pull it off. No, like not even on like nail color. Looks awful.
Yeah.
Like it does not look good on me at all.
Yeah.
It brings out all of my pink blotchiness. Like I just look like a tomato.
I can see that being
it's
an
not
issue.
Cute.
But it's the only thing I can see being an issue on you.
Oh, thanks, friend.
Yeah. You're just like, you can literally naturally wear anything, whereas I absolutely cannot. I can't wear yellow. I can barely wear orange.
Okay, yellow is a hard color for anybody to pull off.
I can't wear
your standard. I think you look cute in yellow. You know what yellow looks good on you? Like a mustard yellow.
Yeah, no, and I can't do, I have to be fairly monochromatic, not just because of my height, but because of my tones. If I try to contrast too much, like if I wore the shirt that you're wearing right now, I would look ridiculous, but this looks perfect on you.
Oh, tell me more about how perfect I look.
I went and had my colors.
Don't feel it.
No, I went and had my colors done with this woman in Portland.
I want to do that. That looks so cool.
Yeah, and she was telling me all these things that I had already known about myself.
Yeah, but she was verifying.
And then she was also giving me the suggestion of what actually would work.
Yeah.
Her name is Julie Cunningham.
Okay.
You guys have to go.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
Is she still doing it?
She's still doing it, but you have to like book out 6 months because she's very by appointment and she's got a lot of clients. And like you can book a follow-up appointment to order certain like colors of makeup, or she'll shop with you, or like, you know, all the things. So she's always booked.
I need to do that. Okay, so I'm kind of sad that my trip is like coming to an end.
I know.
It's our last recording together
in
for
person.
a minute. But we've done like a lot of fun things.
It's been a really busy trip.
It's been a very busy trip. It's been the second that we got in, it's been go, 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 go. Like packed in events. Right. We usually like to squeeze in down days. Yeah. We haven't had any down days.
No. Especially, no. Because we went to church yesterday. We were there. Yeah. I mean, basically on time.
You did church and then you did Funtown right after. Yeah. That's when I texted you. I was like, well, there goes like your down day. But we got in and then it was the very next day we had the fireworks in Salem, New Hampshire. And then the very next day after that is 4th of July. So we had our whole events. We had the fun run, we had the parade, then we had the beach. And then after that...
How are you remembering all of this? Oh my
gosh.
I
just stalled out. What did we do that next day?
After the parade and the fun run, Sunday we kind of had like a relaxing. No, we did not.
No, we didn't. We did a fire.
Yeah, we had a fire.
You guys came over for a fire. That's what we did.
It felt more relaxing than most of the things.
It did.
And then Monday,
the week was kind of relaxing. Yeah. Sort of.
No, well, Tuesday we had Taco Tuesday.
Then we did Taco Tuesday. So it wasn't relaxing.
And Monday we did something.
What did we do on Monday?
I don't remember.
We did something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tuesday we had Taco Tuesday. Oh, Wednesday we had that. We went to that brewery in Old Orchard.
Oh, yeah, so the kids could play in the sandbox.
Kids played in the sandbox. And then we had that cute moment on the beach, which I need to post those videos. It was so cute. And then Thursday, we took them to Toy Story.
Oh, my gosh.
That was so cute.
We didn't stop the entire time. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was so cute. They loved it.
They were mesmerized. Every time I looked over, and it's so hard, you can't get videos and photos in a movie theater being in the moment, but like every time I looked over, all three of them were just like glued to the movie. They did a good job. Toy Story 5, good job.
Yeah.
Usually when you come back with something, it's hit or miss. They nailed it. They picked right up.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, where's Woody? And I remembered, like, oh, yeah, he went off with Bo Peep. I forgot. That was how it ended.
Yeah. But they're all still close. They're all still friends.
Close. They all came back.
Spoiler.
They're all still there. But it was super cute. I surprised them all with a buzz at dinner. I thought that would be a win until Hayden broke the hand off. It's fine. The fairies.
He didn't seem to mind.
No, but the fairies fixed it overnight for him. AKA Uncle Chris.
Yep.
Fixed it overnight for him. But it was the fairies. It was so funny because the next morning, I just have this like thing with Hayden. I think I got it from Bluey, but also growing up, I had like my parents, the fairies were their thing to get me to like do shit. And so I'm just like, oh, the fairies, you gotta be a good boy. The fairies are always watching. The fairies report to Santa, the Easter Bunny, Jesus. They report everywhere. And so you just gotta like, be a good boy. They're always watching. Right. And so I told him, I was just like, you know what, Hayden, like the next morning, because he was just like, woke up and we have our minute in the morning where we just like have our conversations, and he was just like reflecting on the fact that Buzz got a boo-boo and broke his hand, and I was like, well, I know that you've been a very good boy, and I'm pretty sure the fairies know that. Yeah. Do you think the fairies fixed my hand? And I was like, I think a very big fairy fixed his hand, probably. We should go see. Yeah. And so then it was like the next morning, I was just like really dwelling. I was like, yeah, the biggest fairy of all fixed that hand. And Chris is just like looking at me, and I was like, I think it was a very, very big fairy. It was like the fairiest fairy of all the fairies that ever lived fixed that hand. And Chris is just like, you're such a bitch. Yeah. Like, it's the fairies. Right. What are you talking about? Yeah. Like, what do you mean I'm a bitch? What are you talking about? It's so funny. He's like texting me, like, get the fuck out of here.
Can you stop talking, please?
Can you just stop talking?
Right. That would be helpful for me.
But yeah, so we did Toy Story.
Remember we had Whale Watch.
And then the Whale Watch, oh my god, they were so cute. Adorable. I don't think the passengers appreciated this, but I appreciated all of it. They loved it. Hayden was so excited to be on the ocean because he's gone on boats before in like lakes. It's like, whatever. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Like man-made lake in Texas. Cool. But how about an ocean? Yeah. Here. But like leading up to it, he's like, are we going to see an octopus? I'm like, maybe not.
Right. I don't know what we have for octopus here in Maine.
I don't know. And he's just like, he was like listing off all the things that we were definitely not going to see. Are we going to see crabs? Well, there might be some crabs on the boat, but it's not going to be the kind that you want to see in the ocean, sweetheart. Are we going to see jellyfish? I'm like, well, you might, because you did see some on 4th of July, the little baby ones. So maybe we could see lobsters. I'm like, no, but you'll see the buoys. And then I told him about how that all works. Didn't care, but I felt like I needed to educate him. Are we going to see stingrays? Like, if they come up, I don't know. Right. I'm like, kid, we're going to see whales. Right. That's what we're doing. Yeah. We're going to go see whales. Right. We might see dolphins. They usually like to chase the boat. Right. We might see whales. We might see, I don't know, whatever wants to come up. Seals. We did see seals. We did see seals. Beautiful seals. We saw some whales. We saw one whale. Which was like, we thought we weren't going to, and then we did, which was exciting. Lots of seals, lots of birds, because you can't see those anywhere else. No. But in the middle of the ocean.
We saw like a tugboat that was getting rid of. Was it a tugboat? It was like getting rid of stuff from the boat. I think it was like a bait boat or something.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like getting rid of debris. So then we had like the whole line of seagulls that was like chasing
so I
after
was
it.
watching because this was many years ago. The last whale watch I went on, not the pilot, the captain of the boat was saying that a sign of whales is look for a bunch of seagulls in the sky because the whales will gather up a bunch of fish. They like push them all to like one location, and the seagulls all come and try to get the fish. Yeah. And so if you see a bunch of seagulls, that's usually a sign that there's whales nearby. Yeah. So I kept looking every time I'm like, and there was a moment where I saw a bunch of seagulls. I'm like, yay! But then it was the fucking bait boat. I'm like, oh,
never mind. It's a bait boat, guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. They all thought it was pretty cool, though.
They did think it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think just, like, being on the boat, although, like, I will say, so the weather was, like, predicting thunder showers, lightning, torrential downpours. So we came equipped. We had their rain boots, we had rain jackets, we had umbrellas, which, by the way, I don't know how the umbrella would have worked because the wind of the boat would have, like, taken off. Like, it was so windy. Like, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's cute. But Hayden did have a matching umbrella and rain jacket. He would have been cute for the occasion. I was prepared.
Yeah.
But it wasn't needed. It was just super sunny.
We were the most prepared people on that boat, by the way.
We really were.
I saw other moms, and they had, like, maybe a cooler.
Oh, we were. We were good.
Yeah.
We were good. We had, like, organic everything. We had your selection, whatever they wanted. All the kids were jealous of what we had. I saw them looking.
I saw them looking, too. Yeah.
Annabelle's like, I see your snacks that you strategically picked for me. Mom, can you go get me a burger?
Yeah.
They had burgers on the boat.
They had burgers on the boat.
Yeah.
She wanted chicken tenders, and I was like, honey, I don't think they're going to be able to make you chicken tenders on the boat. And she's like, well, I'll just have a cheeseburger then. I'm like, sure.
Cheeseburger.
Sure. So I had packed, like, everything.
The life
under
of
the
Annabelle.
Sun. Yeah. I had packed everything under the sun. So I'm like, okay, sure. We'll go down and we'll get you a burger.
I was all about my mom's chicken salad. She makes the best chicken salad. She really does. I was just sitting there with, like, it was a happy little accident. I thought I was buying regular wheat thins. I love eating the chicken salad with crackers. Yeah. And so I thought I was buying regular wheat thins, but I grabbed the tomato basil ones. This was, like, the last, when we went to Mother's Beach. Yeah. And it was so good with the chicken salad. I was like, this is amazing. Yeah. So, like, now I just buy that every time with the chicken salad. It's the tomato basil wheat thins, and then you get that chicken salad made by Doris. And it's just, my mouth is watering. It's so good.
It's
delish.
So good. It's so good. I have to eat it now with something that's completely gluten-free because I realize that gluten just bloats me immediately.
Gluten bloats everybody. Everybody has a gluten
But it's
allergy.
Uncomfortable.
It's gross.
We can love a cracker, but we can't eat the
love a cracker.
We just can't eat it.
We just can't eat it.
You know what?
Can't have fun.
I love a chip, and I've been eating it with 40% fat-free Cape Cod chips because they hold up against the chicken salad. Oh. And it's really salty and delicious.
That sounds delicious as well.
Yeah, because it's gluten-free. I mean, it doesn't have all the flavors.
You know what's funny that I didn't realize was happening? So after the whale watch, we go to Batson. Yeah. And so apparently my dad ordered like half the menu for his meal alone.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? What did I miss? Okay, I was dealing with my 5-year-old.
I realized this was happening because when they came out, the server came out and she put a plate of wings in front of him. And then she's like, and I have a second plate of wings. He ordered 2 things of wings, which like he does sometimes, but like Batson's not the restaurant to do that. No. He ordered 2 things of wings. And before that, he ordered shrimp cocktail. Yeah. Which, like, they looked really good. They were, like, really big prawns. They looked really delicious. And then, like, I think maybe something else, too. I don't remember.
Can I just tell you, I had no idea any of this was happening because my 5-year-old was
It didn't register until, like, I was talking to my mom after. I don't know what we were doing. And she's just, like, he ordered, like, he didn't really order half the menu. But it was just funny. It was just like, oh my God. Like, I'm sitting here, like, with my, like, lobster roll.
So I saw the orders. I didn't see the shrimp cocktail. I saw the 2 orders of wings come out, but I naturally assumed that one was for Chris and one was for him.
Me too at first, but no, they were both for him. Chris had his own thing.
Can we talk about the fact that we ordered our children food, but Annabelle decided that she wanted something else.
Well, so she'd been talking about her chicken fingers.
Yeah, she wanted her chicken fingers all day. We get to Batson, they have chicken fingers. I say, do you want macaroni and cheese or chicken fingers? She says chicken fingers, obviously. Why would you even ask me that question?
Because this is what I've been asking for all day.
So I'm like, cool. So then the kids get their food. Annabelle gets the nuggets. Cassie and Hayden both get the macaroni and cheese. And she looks at me and she's like, Mommy, what I meant to say was I wanted the macaroni and cheese. And you look at me and I look at you and I'm like,
But it worked out. We pivoted very quickly, and Hayden had no idea.
Because you suggested that we just share.
Well, because we usually do that anyway.
We usually do split it.
Yeah.
And the kids get everything they want.
Yeah, because usually I'm like, it's a toss-up. Like, Hayden either would want grilled chicken, chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, quesadilla. Like, he could be flexible. But I can, like, usually kind of tell what mood he'll be in to kind of gauge. Mm-hmm. But that day, I was like, I feel like it's a hit or miss. I feel like he could probably either want mac and cheese or want chicken fingers. Yeah. It wasn't a grilled chicken day. Being in the sun all day, he didn't. He wasn't going to have that. I could just tell. So I knew and the chicken fingers looked good. They were soft. When they're hard, I know he's not going to like it. Yeah. But they looked soft. So I was like, just toss him a couple of nuggets, take some of the mac and cheese. Yeah. And it worked out. And then we got our food, and immediately all the kids had to go to the bathroom. Yeah, the second we all got our food, I need to go potty. And Hayden looked over at Uncle Chris. I got to go poop. I think every single child had to poop in that. As soon as the adults got their food. This looks like a fine establishment to defecate in. Yep, all 3 children decided they had to poop. Yeah, at the same time, like, and we got to poop. We're like, awesome. So my Caesar salad was hot. Well, if they weren't going to do it, it wasn't the boat. The boat bathrooms were disgusting. No, absolutely not. Batson, it's a great bathroom. It smells great. The ambiance is nice. It's dimly lit. They've got the place to do it if you're gonna do it. They've got Oriental rugs in the bathroom. Maybe that's why they knew it. They're like, yeah, this is it. I feel the release. They felt relaxed. It's relaxing. It's relaxing. They're like, this is where it's gonna happen. But they all timed it. The second our food all came to the table, they're like, and we gotta poop. Yep. So my takeaway from that is now sometime between the kids' meal and our meal, we have to see if they have to go to the bathroom. Yeah. And we're going to try to be strategic about this. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work either. I just figure we might as well try. But it's a beautiful dream. It is. Yeah, and then Storyland. The next day, we went to Storyland, which was fun. We've never been there with it being that busy. I'm so used to never having lines to anything. Usually we go on so many more rides, I feel. And we go on weekdays. Yeah, and that's why. That's right. We strategically go on weekdays to avoid it being that busy. That's right. That's the difference. I forgot. And so it was a Saturday in July. Yeah, and it was really busy. It was really busy. There was like 40-minute wait lines. It was just... Yeah, so they didn't really get to go on as many rides as what we're used to. But they still had a lot of fun. Oh, they had a ton of fun. Yeah. They were excited. Yeah, for sure. And I think this time, because people were just naturally moving a little bit slower, they got to enjoy the beginning a little bit more. They weren't just trying to run through it without realizing what's there. Well, Hayden is obsessed with the singing vegetables in the beginning. Oh, yeah. And last time, we just kind of skipped them. We just kind of bypassed them, but he was really upset about it. And so when we were leaving last time, I made sure to stop and let him watch them, but he only caught the tail end of the show. So I promised him this time he'd get to watch. So he got to watch like 2 shows while we were waiting for everybody to come in. He was so happy. Yeah. And I made sure I'd be like, are you good? He's like, yep. Let's go, Mama. I'm like, okay. So, like, you got to see your show. You're good. So funny. Those vegetables, those things have been singing since I was little. I remember being little watching these vegetables, like the wrap and broccoli. He's got some beats. And the cow comes out and the sun comes out. They've changed, like, a little bit of it, but it's pretty much the same characters. Yeah. I know. I haven't actually sat and watched it for a while. I don't think we watched it last year because when we first got there last year, we were just trying to get the kids to be happy. Well, that's usually the immediate goal. Yes. And of course, Mother Nature, Mother Flo decided to grace me at Storyland. Yeah. Literally missed it the entire month of July. Which, if you've seen that thing I've sent you, right? I thought I was going crazy. I thought the dying process had begun because I'm like, okay, like we're in sexy menopause. I thought that's what was happening, and then I all of a sudden started. Clearly, my Instagram algorithm started like hitting me up, but apparently it's a thing. Thousands of women have apparently either they got double periods, missed their period, or completely missed their period the month of July. And I guess there was something going on. I didn't really look into it, but apparently there's something going on with the moon phases or something. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, it literally flat out, nope. It didn't come. Flat out didn't come. And now here we are.
I don't know. Mine was weird. Mine was super weird.
Well, yeah, because you were like, mine normally is like awful, and then it was kind of like normal. It was like the first month it was normal for you.
Mm-hmm. It was late, but it was normal.
Apparently, I mean, we'll see, but apparently it was a whole thing. Yeah. Month of July, women didn't get it, and they think that it has something to do with there was some kind of like shift, solar shift or whatever. I don't know. I've heard a bunch of different things, but there's a lot of people that are like, and then I will go to the comments and women be like, wait, seriously, this is a thing? This is what happened. I haven't gotten it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like all skipped.
I wonder if this is something that happens every year, every other year, or like, I don't know. Because it's something maybe we could look into.
I don't know, but it was quite alarming. I wasn't a fan.
No, I'm sure.
Now that I have my period, maybe I could cash in. Because apparently there's a new business venture.
Now that you're not in sexy menopause.
Now that I'm apparently not in sexy menopause, there's a business venture where I could apparently sell my menstrual blood. I could be harvested for $40.
I don't understand this whole thing. Because, for one, I haven't done enough research. But also...
so gross.
Also, why?
So...
Why?
Yeah. This is so disgusting. Apparently, menstrual blood, there's a lot of stem cells in that shit. And some
scientists are just realizing this.
Scientists who really don't want to do much research on women's health at all. We're gonna invest our time into men's boners. Women's health can just take a back seat. Well, they decided. Well, actually, it was a woman, apparently, had back issues. Yes. Something happened with her back. There's a whole article we just read, so we're recapping it, basically. She fell, she had a back issues. Yeah. And
needed stem cells.
She was going to need this surgery that would have been really crazy every year. Then it caused her to fall down a rabbit hole of all this research on stem cells. But to get the stem cells that she needed, it would have been $250,000 a treatment, something ridiculous. So then she started researching, like, where can I get stem cells? And then that made her realize she found out that women's menstrual period blood is full of stem cells. And she's like, well, people just waste it. They just throw it away.
Right.
So, like, why don't we cash in on it? So she created this business idea that basically harvests women's menstrual blood.
Right.
We're being farmed.
For $40 gift cards.
For $40 gift cards, basically,
is
what they get.
A $40 this is so bizarre.
You get a $40 Visa gift card.
Yeah.
So basically, like, the way it is, there was one woman basically said that she goes into this building, went up into this elevator, she walks in, they give her a cup.
She bleeds into
She basically just bleeds into the cup.
Yep.
And then they handed her a $40 Visa gift card.
And some goodies.
And she said that it basically, like, she used the gift card, part of it, to pay for her parking. They gave her... Yes.
I'm not okay.
They gave her chocolate, a face mask, and a $40 gift card. And she used, basically, like, half of it was used on parking.
I'm dying. I'm not okay.
Which, then, can we talk about, we then went in to see, like, well, how much are men paid for their sperm?
Right.
They can get paid up to $150 per ejaculation session.
Yep. And up to $1,500 a month, depending on how many times they go.
And they're saying, like, for women, they're like, well, it's just considered waste, so, I mean, it's like, you know, it's $40, whatever. Men jack off daily.
Right.
Some hourly. That is considered waste. Where is it going? In a fucking tube sock?
Yeah.
Down Bethany's throat?
Right.
Like, you're never seeing that again.
Yeah.
So, like,
disturbing.
Give him $40. Right. Why does he get $150?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my uterine lining is stripping, and you're going to give me a $40 Visa gift card and some chocolate and a face mask.
Right. But also, I have to drive here. I have to sit here. I have to I
have to sit here and just bleed into this cup.
I feel like we're owed more than $40.
How long do you have to sit there, too? Because, like, I don't know about you, but I don't know that it's, like,
are you spending your whole day there?
It's not, like, anything that I can just, like, push out.
Right.
Like, it's just, like, a bloop.
Yep.
Bloop. I imagine. I haven't watched it, but I'm guessing. So are they does she sit there for hours?
We're so specific.
Is it just well, I have questions.
Yeah.
And is it $40 per hour?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she just sat there for an hour, so she only got $40.
Here's another Visa gift card.
If she had sat there for 2 hours, is that an $80 gift card?
Here's another Visa gift card. I don't know. Is she racking them up?
I don't know.
I highly doubt it.
I don't know. I have many questions.
Yeah, how is she getting blood in a certain amount of time? You can't predict that.
You can't predict that. And also, I think, like, and mine has always been this way, it's in waves. Like, in the morning, I could be like, that's a prime time to harvest me. In the afternoon, probably not so much.
Yeah. I don't know. Mine's just, like, all over the place. I would never know.
Right.
When it's going to happen. But, like, period harvesting. Yay
period
or nay?
Harvesting.
Yay or nay?
Yay or nay? How do we feel about it?
For me...
Could you, and then, they're talking about the things that they can do. So it can help for fertility. It can help for...
yes. Endometriosis.
It can help. Different skincare conditions. So you would...
I mean, I'm sure we're probably putting worse on our face. Don't we put snail slime on our face?
Would you put Would you put my period blood on your face?
No. Hard no.
For $40?
Hard pass. No, you're not.
What if... Okay, hold on, though. What if somebody said to you, you would never need Botox ever in your entire life, and you will just forever freeze like this, you'll never age if you put Jessica's period blood on your face?
I would say it's 2026. What else can you do for me? It's got to be something else.
Sonia, I thought we were closer than that.
No.
Okay.
It's not. I wouldn't even put my own period blood on my face. You know, I'm not a blood person.
This is disgusting, but I feel like if you were to tell me that you will stop aging and maybe reverse it a little bit, like reverse it about 20 years, if I were to, if they told me that if I put your period blood on my face, that's what would happen,
you would be like pounding on my door.
I would do it.
You would be like, give me it. Where are you hiding, bitch?
I'd be like, bitch, here's the cup.
Yeah, where are you? Come out, wherever you are. I can see this being a thing. Yeah. Yeah,
so
she's not lying, folks.
I'm actually not lying.
Yeah, no, for me, I have a thing with blood.
It's gross.
Yeah, I'm not
But also, too, I wonder, so with, like, sperm, right? They clean it. They, like, go through and they just get out the little spermies, the little swimmers. So it's not, like, the actual, like, cream sauce.
Ew.
Baby batter.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. It's like that, right? Like, it's like this clear thing that, you know, with like the little whatever. So I'm wondering, like, is this actual, like, blood on the face? Like, or do they, like, clean it and just pull out the stem cells? Or, like, do people literally, like, are we going, like, blood face?
I mean, what are they? I guess,
you know those, like, vampire facials?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like we should have done more research because honestly,
we have a lot of questions.
There's like the other stem cell stuff that they're doing that doesn't require period blood. So
I know, it's the vampire facials.
Yeah,
they basically inject Kim Kardashian. The Kardashians are all about this. They basically take vials of your blood, and then they use that, and then they like put that. They microneedle, I think, and then they put your blood on your face.
Okay, so there's your answer.
But it's not menstrual blood. But maybe that's what they end up... Oh. Yeah. I would still do it.
See what I mean?
I'd probably still do it. I just wouldn't talk about it or think about it and have to be a little drunk before.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell anybody that that's the procedure I got.
It's like reminding me of when you eat the placenta or whatever. So I guess anybody who's down for eating the placenta would probably be down for
I wasn't down. Well, I would do it in pill form.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually like slurp that shit up though.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, well, another topic on women's health.
Yeah.
The chainsaw.
Oh, yeah. Apparently the chainsaw was made for childbirth.
Yeah.
Like to cut a woman's pelvic
bone during birth.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What did we do to deserve this?
I don't know. But they were doing it up until 1980.
I wonder if this is why women were on hard drugs while they were giving birth. They were put to sleep. Women used to be put to sleep to give birth.
This is why. But they were doing the chainsaw
while they were fully
while
awake,
they were without
with no pain
anesthesia.
Medicine. Yeah. Okay, so the post by Female Invest says, "Did you know the chainsaw was invented for women giving birth? In 1785, two Scottish doctors designed a chainsaw to make childbirth, quote-unquote, easier. Instead of going through the abdomen with a C-section, it was used to cut through the mother's pelvic bone, often while she was fully conscious." The source is John Aitken, Principle of Midwifery, 1785. This practice had catastrophic health consequences for women. You don't
think?
Say.
What could go wrong?
But it still spread across Europe and was performed until the 1980s, often with no anesthesia. But yet men have equal rights to their children. In general, across the United States of America, men have equal rights to their children, but yet women's pelvic bones are being cut open so they can be born, often with no anesthesia.
Oh, God.
In 2014, a group of survivors filed a complaint against the Irish government to the UN Human Rights Committee. Here, they shared some of their horrifying experiences. And this also has a source, but you can check out the post on your own. I couldn't see much except for them sawing. It was excruciating pain. I was just 27 and I was butchered. I mean, how is she going to have another child?
I was just thinking that. And like, oh God. The recovery? Yeah. Like, oh God.
Mm-hmm. There's like, how are you able to care for your child?
I'm like feeling it. I don't even know what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling it.
Like, my dad broke his pelvic bone back in February and he was hospitalized for months.
The sound, could you imagine laying there? Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like chainsawing trees and hearing that noise. Oh God.
The chainsaw was mechanized in the late 19th century to increase its ease of use. In 1905, the timber industry started using that same chainsaw to cut trees. You're welcome, I guess. You can think about that next time you see a chainsaw.
Oh, I will.
I would love to.
Yeah, thank you.
It's just forever in my mind.
I also think it's so fucked up that women are forced to lay on their backs during natural childbirth, and it's not because that's actually not the best position to give birth. That is for the doctor's convenience, and they're always like, scoot down, like put your legs in the stirrups, but that's for the doctor's convenience. Right. That's actually not the most comfortable and the best way to give birth to a child.
Yeah.
And a lot of women don't know that.
Yeah.
And so they're forced into this it makes it even worse. It's even more uncomfortable for the woman to give birth that way. Yeah. They're forced to do that because the doctors can't be inconvenienced to pivot themselves differently.
That's insane.
Yeah. I think, I don't know but I think it's like every woman's body is different, right, and how things are shaped. So maybe some women it is okay to give birth that way, but some it's like getting on all fours tends to be the best way. It's not the whole thing about this, nothing about this is sexy, right? But it's just like getting on all fours. I think some like doing it on their side is a little bit better, or just like standing upright is a little bit better. So,
and it depends on the position of the baby's head.
Right.
Like, obviously, the baby's head has to be down.
Yeah.
Or else you're most likely these days going to have a C-section. But also, it's like, is their head facing front or is it facing back?
Right.
Or to the side?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
So,
but a lot of women don't realize that you can say no. So if a doctor is like, lay on your back, do this, you can say, that's not comfortable, I don't want to give birth like this. And you have the right, as a woman, as a mother, as a fucking human, to say, no, it's not comfortable, I'm doing it this way. I'm not giving birth this way.
Yeah.
You have the right. Also, I read something, this is going into another thing, but like, a lot of women don't know, like, doctors will immediately come in and say they're doing all these things. Do your research ahead of time on what those things are, because they're all actually optional. You don't have to do all these things. Right. We're going to put this gel stuff on the baby's eyes. You could say no, or you can wipe it off. It doesn't have to be there. We're going to do XYZ. I don't like that. I'm not comfortable with that. I don't want that. We're going to take your baby to the nursery so you can sleep. Actually, no, I want my baby with me. Thank you. Yeah. You have the right to say no and speak up and say that what you actually want. A lot of women don't know that. They think that this is what needs to happen.
Right.
So they just suffer through, and this is how things work. Yeah. I don't want to be difficult. I'm just going to like do what needs to happen. No, I didn't. I refused everything. I was like, no, give me my baby. No, I don't want that shit on his eyes. No, I will not do this. I will not do that. Yeah. I'm sure they loved me, but I don't care.
No, we did the same for Annabelle. They definitely thought that we were crazy, but I had her with me the entire time because I just, I was like, I just want her with me. But I think Annabelle was happier for it.
Yeah, for sure. Every time I hear a chainsaw now, I'm just going to twitch. I'm just going to get a little nervous, like twitch.
I don't think my brain is going to wrap itself around the fact that it was literally made for childbirth.
I don't understand how they have people alive to talk about it.
Right. That's awful.
The fact that you have women that are able to recount what happened to them. I just remember hearing blah, blah, blah. Like, what?
Right. And like with mine, it doesn't have to do with a chainsaw, but there was a contraption. So with mine, I had a midwife who didn't believe that Annabelle was as big as she was. So we had ultrasounds that said she was 7 pounds and like growing right before it was time to have the induction. And so the midwife just kept feeling my stomach, and like she was hiding all the way into my ribs.
You're like, I can feel her. I'm telling you she's bigger.
Right. So like I didn't look as big as a person that had a child that was 7 pounds, 14 ounces, especially since I'm so short. You would expect her to look a lot bigger.
Did you have like the worst indigestion and like...
Sometimes.
I just feel like there must have been so much pressure.
Sometimes. I could feel her foot on my right ribs. It was like her toe was poking through my ribs. It was... that was
Annabelle.
The worst. Like that was the worst for me, but no, I knew she was big. I could feel she was big, and the ultrasound person kept telling me she's in the 7 pounds, but my midwife didn't believe because I looked small. So she's like, no, she's small. She's only gonna be like 5-6 pounds. And I'm like, so I was like telling her what the person from the ultrasound said when they were going in to do the quote unquote emergency C-section. I was like, remember, when we did the ultrasound, they said she was 7 pounds. Well, she told my doctor that Annabelle was small so she could cut lower into a very small spot. So they ended up...
Why did the doctor listen?
I don't know why the doctor listened, but they ended
up...
The
one time they listened to, like, what is it, homeopathic?
Yes.
Like, are you kidding?
So...
This is the time that you're going to listen?
So it ended up being an actual emergency, and they had to vacuum her out of my stomach.
Oh, God.
They had to vacuum her.
But the hole wasn't big enough.
Because the hole wasn't big enough. So, like, you can advocate. Like, you have to advocate for yourself.
You know what they needed in that moment? A chainsaw.
Stop. I bet if they had one in the room, they would have used it.
Sorry. It's not funny.
This
is so fucked up.
I bet they probably would have used it. But,
yeah, probably.
You know, but I would be all jacked up.
Yeah, that was like, I saw that came up in my feed, and then because I looked at that and then I sent it to our GM account, all of a sudden, like, more of the chainsaw facts were coming up, and I was just like,
wanted.
I can't do this, and I had to like refresh my feed because it was just too much. And then I saw Cameron Diaz. I thought like she had just had it because I saw like several articles about it, but it apparently happened in May. But she welcomed her third child at what age? Isn't she like 53 or something? I'll just read this. Yeah, she's 53 years old. Okay, so I'll read this article because I had to look it up because I didn't even know she was pregnant. And then they were like, they kept the pregnancy a secret. And I was thinking that it was like her third one that they kept a secret. They apparently kept all 3 pregnancies a secret. I had no idea. So I'll read this article. Hollywood surprise, Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden have become parents for the 3rd time. They kept the birth of their son a secret until the very end and only now announced it in an unusual way. They say now, but this was on May 4th, so not like now. 53-year-old Cameron Diaz has become a mother again. As the actress and her husband Benji Madden announced on Monday, their 3rd child together has been born. The announcement was made in an unusual way. Madden posted an illustration of a ship on Instagram and wrote, "Welcome to the world, my son." The boy's name is Nadas, derived from the word for sailor or explorer.
That's cute.
And we were talking that the name sailor would actually be really cute for a boy.
Yeah.
Or even a girl, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Skylar, but like Sailor.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I think it's adorable, especially for a summer baby.
Yeah, adorable. So this was his post. Cameron and I are happy, excited, and feeling so blessed to announce the birth of our third child, Nodis Madden. Welcome to the world, son. We love life with our family. Our kids are healthy and happy, and we are grateful. Having a blast, sending all of our best wishes, the Madden family. The couple kept the pregnancy a secret until the end. Diaz and Madden were previously parents to 60-year-old daughter Radix and 2-year-old son Cardinal. Since their wedding in 2015, the couple have largely lived in seclusion. Diaz had withdrawn from the film industry for a long time and only celebrated her comeback to recent years with projects like Back in Action in 2025 and Outcome in 2026.
Yeah.
So it didn't say it in here, but I was also reading that like all 3 of her pregnancies
were surrogate.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember us going through this last year with her second. Because I remember we talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Really
cool. And then it was cute. There's another thing that I was reading in a different article where they interviewed her, and she's just like, yes, now I just gotta find out a way to live till I'm 107.
Right.
It's like, no pressure. Right. It's fine. Just be 107 years old.
We need to focus on longevity, ladies. Longevity.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe if she drank period blood.
Oh. No. I'm not going to suggest that for her. I'm sure.
You're like, stop making this a thing.
You know what? Something tells me she's probably already tried it.
She probably has.
No, I'm thinking of Gwyneth. It's probably Gwyneth who's tried it.
Or Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She had the vials of blood around her neck, right?
Stop.
Yeah, it was when she was with Billy Bob. It was like one of the red carpet events.
I love Billy Bob.
Yeah, Billy Bob. She was with him, and they were like doing their she was in her vampire era, and they had vials of each other's blood around their necks.
This is making me miss Landman.
It is.
I need the new season of Landman.
Yeah, it needs to happen
fast. Demi Moore.
Oh my God. She looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I bet she's drinking the period blood.
She's definitely drinking the period blood.
And having it smothered on her face.
She's bathing in it.
Slathered, smothered, bathed.
It's slathered. She's
injected.
Demi Moore juices women for fun.
She has a farm, a woman farm.
She's very passionate about it. She is farming women, and she juices them every morning.
This rumor is a rumor. It's fake. It's not real.
I'm pretty sure we can verify it.
Okay. Wow. We're gonna have to hire a PI.
Okay. We should definitely end this. We're gonna get in trouble.
We're just kidding. We love you,
Our
Demi
next post is gonna be like, so we got canceled
because we were accusing Demi Moore of harvesting women's period blood.
Yeah.
For her face.
For her face
and her body.
She's so hot,
dude. If I could just,
I wish I could look like that now.
And she's what, 60, 70? Is she 100?
She's 107.
Okay, well, here's to hoping, ladies.
Here's to hoping.
Cameron Diaz, go get your advice from Demi Moore.
Yeah, go talk to her. Are they friends? Why aren't you friends with Demi, Cameron? Hello?
Yeah.
She found the fountain of youth. Go talk to her. Ask her for her menstrual blood.
Better yet, join her on Landman for your next project, and you could be besties with her or something.
The lady who was creating her company, was it Muse? Is that what it's called? Muse? So originally, apparently, it was like something like Mency Bio or whatever.
Cute.
But she decided she didn't want to call it that because she didn't want men in the name of it.
Yeah, why is there men in the word menstrual?
She didn't want to give men credit for it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I kind of love that, actually.
Fine.
Your idea is disgusting, but I kind of love that. And if it works, I'll do it. But, like, it's disgusting. Let's be clear.
Really gross.
Absolutely gross. But I would
rather put snail trail on my face.
They sell snail musk. It's snail musk.
Yeah.
I've tried that
I feel like
too.
There are certain countries who just like swear by
that you can buy snail. Was it muskin? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mucus? Snail mucus? I don't know what it's fucking called. But there's like a snail extract stuff or whatever that you can. I did try it. It's so gross. It was like it was like sticky and gooey and like.
We could just go to the ocean.
It wasn't a rebuy, I will tell you. I did not rebuy it.
Yeah.
I didn't really notice a difference enough to be I need to do this again.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
And every time I did it, I was like, bleh.
I feel like something probably would smell.
It didn't. It didn't smell. It had no fragrance. Mm-hmm. I imagine it was probably the same consistency of like what they do to sperm when they clean it. It was very like...
just what I want on my face.
This is the point of our conversation where we're just trailing off on shit.
Sign me up. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, on next week's episode, we're going to have a big correction corner.
Yeah.
Correcting everything.
In the show notes every single week, I put a little thing at the bottom for you to be able to easily send us your questions and comments and whatever you have to tell us to correct us.
If we're wrong about everything,
just go on there.
I mean, we're probably not going to care, but like you can tell us.
Mm-hmm. I will read it.
We'll read it.
And we'll probably laugh really hard.
Yeah, but we're probably not going to acknowledge it or admit it in the next episode.
I don't know.
Unless it's like a really big thing.
I feel like we need to. Wouldn't it be so fun?
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of being wrong, so I don't know if that would be fun for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have a 5-year-old, so I'm just used to it now.
Oh, I'm used to being wrong. Hayden tells me I'm wrong daily. It's not fun. I hate it.
Maybe it's time to get some advice from someone older than 5.
Maybe.
Send it in, folks.
Just send it in. Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to tune in next week. Your support is keeping the podcast going. You can help by following, subscribing, rating, reviewing, and especially by telling a friend to listen anywhere or watch on YouTube.
For more info, you can check out our website at geriatricmamas.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at geriatric_mamas, on YouTube at Geriatric Mamas, X at Geriatric Mamas, and follow our group page on Facebook, Geriatric Mamas.
If you have a topic idea you'd like us to discuss, are interested in being a guest, or simply have a funny geriatric story to tell, you can go to geriatricmamas.com and hit be a guest or send us your story.